Hello, this is John from the Haunt Informer,
And I'm Glenn from Fall Ritual.
and this is episode 29 of Fall Informer. And we have a special guest today. We have Kyle from Scream Mountain.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kyle from Scream Mountain. Play the Demon Barber up there. You'll hear more in a couple minutes.
Yes. Nice.
Awesome. So I'll kick it off with the questions. What got you into haunts and being a haunt actor?
So honestly, what got me into it was I think it was like a 10-year-old kid. I was at Dorney Park. It's funny. My sister was having a baby. I got scared of a clown.
Okay.
And I went to go fight the clown.
Oh, no.
I went to go fight the clown when I was a 10-year-old kid.
Oh, geez.
And then something after that just kind of sparked, was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to do it. And then I started watching horror movies left and right. Started looking all the stuff up, how to do it, where to go. And that's really what sparked the inspiration. It was just that clown scaring me at Dorney Park. That clown.
Nice.
And from there, did you go from did you start doing small haunts to bigger ones? How'd you make that transition into what you're doing today?
So really, I kind of just started every Halloween. We set up the house here at my home, and I just scared the kids in the neighborhood. I had my neighbor, she does some makeup and stuff, and then she had done me all up with some blood. I had a straight jacket, and I would be running around the neighborhood scaring the kids coming up for trick-or-treating.
Okay.
And then when I turned 14, my neighbor goes, "Hey, Spring Mountain's hiring for haunted house actors." Never heard of the place. Never heard of him until then. And then his grandmother took us up there. We interviewed, and they said, "All right, well, you guys start." And then after all that, it was kind of history. I've been there ever since. So never really went anywhere else. Scream Mountain's my home. It's where I've been.
And how long's that been now?
About 11 years now. It's going to be 11th season coming up. So
A long time.
Yeah, long time. Same character.
So what are the different characteristics of the Demon Barber? What do you do if someone encounters you at Scream Mountain?
Oh boy. So realistically, if someone encounters me, it's on a hayride.
Okay.
It could be anywhere where I'm doing this insane laugh. I'm yelling at them. It can be I'm flipped upside down on the hayride. I throw myself over the railing, and if they're on the ground, I'm hands on the seat, and I'm right in their face. I could be chasing them. It really depends on the energy of the crowd. Like, you can get that crowd of where you're getting people who are like, "Oh yeah, I'm scared," or you can get that crowd where people are screaming and crying. And the ones that I really go for, the people who you can tell they're just in fear. So it just really depends on how they're acting. So if I get someone who's a little scared, I'll give them a little something. But if they're terrified, I'm on them. I'm chasing them. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. There's no mercy when they come up to my scene. My boss knows that. Every one of the other actors know that. Oh yeah, good luck with that guy. He doesn't care.
Oh, man.
Where did you come up with the name? Where did the Demon Barber name come from?
So the Demon Barber name actually came from my boss, Johnny, who was supposed to be with this today, but unfortunately had to be somewhere else. When he set this all up, they ran a barber shop, and they just said, "Yeah, you just go out there and scream, who wants their haircut?" And I took it a whole different way. And that's how the Demon Barber was kind of born. It was also through the face paint I do and all that too. So there's different face paints to my character.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How do you choose your face paint? What one night you're doing getting into this character, one night you're getting into this? How do you choose what makes you decide one night you're doing this face paint, next night you're doing another?
Well, the face paint's always kind of like that same base of that skeleton I do, but the little things change. but every night it changes in a way. But I mean, the ways I change it and choose that, it really depends on the night. So let's say if I'm doing my WMGK event, some years I'll do red. Some nights I'll do it in red and black. I'll change just the way I lay it out. It's always just kind of like a last minute decision. Oh, I don't want to do that tonight. I'll do this. So honestly, it's just whatever I'm feeling that night. I can't really give you a real answer on it. It's just whatever I'm feeling.
Hey, that's whatever works. I mean,
yeah.
You know, do you do your own makeup?
Yes, sir.
Get yourself in your own makeup, your own costume?
Yeah, Scream Mountain does not do makeup artists, anything like that. We have all the actors do their own paint, however they want to do it. We just give them a guideline of, okay, well, here we're trying to go for an 1800s mining town because that's actually what Spring Mountain used to be. So go with someone along the lines of like coal on your face, you know, the story I can get into a little later. The story of what happened to us. And basically, just a quick sum that up, it's the whole town got burned by the townspeople from the mining town. They got burned by the actual townspeople. And so everyone kind of does their own thing. You'll see a lot of people, a lot of the other actors doing red and black, looking like their face is burned all the way down to their neck. You'll see deep cuts, anything in between. They'll think of anything crazy they can do. And a lot of the guys go out and they spend their money on a lot of liquid latex, I see now.
Now, how long does it normally take for you to get ready for a night? How long does it take? Is there like a process for like, you go to costumes, you go to special makeup area? Is it all just one area?
It's all one area. So usually myself, it takes me about 2.5 hours to do my paint. I do that at home before I even go there. And I will drive right to the mountain with all my paint, my costume on and everything. So that's just, so I do it that way. So when I get there, if the new actors, other actors, they need help with their stuff, I will help them out. But it's all just one big area. Usually they show up in costume, and then I will, before the season starts, I will go to Spirit Halloween or something, or I will order some makeup, and all the actors will have an abundance of makeup, and they also bring their own stuff. We let them get creative. We don't have like a set thing of what they have to do. So we let everyone get creative in what they want to do and experience what they want to do. So.
All right. Well, that's cool.
You guys are, it sounds like a very, very one of a kind, unique haunt in the fact that you're actually at a ski resort. Part of the haunt is you guys go on a chairlift. Customers actually have to go on a chairlift. How does this happen? Like, explain the whole scenario of going to Scream Mountain, going there, getting put on this chairlift, and then what can you expect when customers go there?
All right, so customers can expect when they go there is when, obviously, they got to park. They go to our main lodge and our main courtyard area where we sell our tickets at. They'll go to the courtyard to our rental barn, pick up their tickets. They'll walk across our bridge onto the main slope and wait in line to get on the lift. We have our lifties there, loading everyone on the chairs. But the kick of this is the customers who have been there during the winter, there's lights on for that chairlift. There's no lights during October. So the customers get on, they ride the chairlift all the way up to the top of our trail called Granite, and they're in pitch black the whole time. There's no lights, and they can expect to hear you can hear everything once you're on that chairlift. You can hear the haunted walk, everyone's screaming from that. You can hear myself screaming, laughing. You can see the hay rides going underneath of you. But if you're just that one lucky customer, you'll see me underneath the chairlift taunting you, because I will walk out underneath that chairlift. But really, they ride that all the way up to the top, and then the lifty will get them off the chair, and then right there's the haunted walk, and you're there. There's no escaping it. Once you're up there, you're either going through it or you're walking back down. There ain't no in between.
And there's no actor on there with you, right, on the chair?
No. It's No actor on there with you. We do have some actors who will be at the top of the chair waiting for you, of course. One of our old lifties actually would spray a silly string at you right when you were about to get off, but he unfortunately moved to a different business. But yeah, that's what he would do. But yeah, you'll definitely expect once you get up there, there's actors there waiting for you. Sometimes there is, sometimes there's not. Depends on where the actor's at that time.
That's awesome. This it sounds absolutely amazing. Just riding up this chair. Like chairlifts are terrifying.
Exactly.
As is in the daytime, in pitch black's got to be absolutely horrifying to go up there.
But to put it is, the chairlift is 100% safe. It is inspected. It is inspected before we allow any customers go on. We have the state inspectors come out. That's the rule. We're not allowed to run it unless they come out and inspect it. So everything is safe about it. Yes, it is extremely horrifying being up there in the dark, though.
And I gotta imagine it's you guys are so unique. I've never, and I know a lot of haunts throughout the country. I've never heard of anyone having a chairlift, the use of a chairlift. I mean, you guys got to be one of a kind in that aspect.
In a way, we kind of are. There, I don't know. It's up in the Poconos, Camelback Ski Resort. I was there last season snowboarding, and me and my coworker from Scream Mountain kind of saw this poster saying they do a haunted hayride themselves, but we don't think they incorporate their chairlift because they have a much more. We are a very small mountain. We're a beginner's hill. They are a much more bigger, so I wouldn't see them using their chairlift. But I've heard one other place, but I think it honestly failed, to be honest with you. I haven't seen anything from it. So
it's interesting.
It is very interesting.
So you're up there after you go through that terrifying experience in the dark. You're up there on the trail. So then what can you experience in the trail? And then does that take you to the hayride? How does that work?
So to answer your question about going to the hayride, yes, it takes you to the hayride.
Okay.
When you're up in that trail, basically, me and my boss had reset the whole thing up last summer. So this is all new last year and this year, and more to change. This is what we're coming up soon. Okay. Basically, when you go into that trail, you're walking in our woods, and you're going to expect to go over some bridges. You're going to expect to go through some tunnels. You're going to expect actors, animatronics, anything from an actor just standing there behind a tree. You won't even notice them. Sometimes you'll see just animatronics laid out. Sometimes it's just a whole different experience of where I hear people are saying, well, that was different. This was different. I hear different things, but you're really going to experience bridges, tunnels, lots of actors running around, and mainly just really being in the dark. It's a very dark setup, but we also don't use as much animatronics as we can. We try to make everything as live as possible. But the tunnels, you're gonna experience tight spaces, low clearances for your head, lots of blood, gore. The tunnels are the most gruesome thing I've kind of set up last year. So,
okay.
And then you walk out of our last tunnel, and you go right down our pathway and cut right across the hill to the hayride loading station.
Okay.
Awesome. It also looks like from pictures I've seen, like at the beginning of the entrance to walk, it looks like there's like this giant pumpkin type thing. Was that built, or was that? That's massive.
That was purchased 2018 season, I believe. And I think it was Distortion's prop company who makes them. If I'm correct, Field of Screams has the same one right at the beginning of their hayride.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's that same one. Or go ahead.
No, it looked different. Yours guys look different, where it like looked more like menacing almost than the one at Field.
I think that's the Scare Factory.
It may be. Ours was used. You got to remember that, and it was pretty cheap when we picked it up. it has undertaken a lot of repairs since that time. But the one thing that I think that makes it kind of look a little worse than Field of Screams is we keep it outside underneath one of our scenes. It's basically for our last scene of the hayride. It's kind of a tunnel setup, but we have limited storage at Spring Mountain due to you got snowcats everywhere, you got chairlift parts. There's not much around, so we have to store that one in our last scene. And I think some of the weather did a little bit to the foam, but the thing right now is it sits. Yeah, it looks a little creepy right now. I was up there yesterday looking at it, and I was like, "Oh, that got a little worse."
Oh man, that's great. So tell me about some of your favorite scares that you've gotten to give to people over the years. What are your favorite scare techniques?
Oh boy, there's a lot of them. Probably my top. I had I guess it was a inner city church group came through, and they were all very, very hyped up, and you can hear them singing and stuff on the way up. And I come kicking out of my little hiding spot and start screaming. I have this alarm that goes off on my scene, and next thing you know, all of them stand up at the same time. All of them, the same exact time, stand up, and they're all screaming and they're running away. And so I didn't even go over to the person that was in my barber chair at the time. I just ran right out, jumped, started getting in there, and I jumped right in. I actually had a dude, one of the guys in that same hayride, he didn't even make it through. He jumped off and walked down. He jumped off and walked down. Swear to God, yeah, I'd never seen it before. He jumped right over the side of it, and I looked over and I said, "Where's he going?" And I watched him walk right down. He was done. Didn't even make it. And I had one more. It was actually a girl. This was probably 2014, 15. This girl was in the corner. She had her knees up to her chest like this, and she wouldn't move. And I kind of was watching her as the hayride was coming by to stop at my scene. And immediately in my head was, I'm targeting her. Because I can see every customer once that hayride kind of passes this tree. I can see every customer what they're doing. And I saw her balled up, hood up. Immediately I jumped right on, got her. And so all of a sudden she's screaming, she pees her pants. And she's hiding underneath the bench. And it was a mess after that. But
oh, geez.
I put her in tears, and then I heard the next scene getting her, and she was not having it. Probably my two favorite right there.
Oh man, that's funny.
I still can't believe like a church group would go through.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
That's
well, I can't be, like I said, I can't be certain this was the church. It was a church group, but we do have church groups come up, and it is pretty funny. And I'm running around with an upside down cross on my forehead, so it's pretty funny when you do get those church groups or those inner city people, and just anyone who's like they're out of their element. They're gonna come up, but yeah, the church groups do come up. I had a Girl Scout group come up one time. It's amazing what people think. Oh yeah, this isn't that bad. No, wait for it.
That's awesome. So what are your top 3 haunts that you would love to check out, like across the country? Like if you could get to any 3, what would be like your top 3 to check out?
Honestly, I know that one that I can't even consider a haunt, more of a torture area, is that McCamey Manor. I want to know what the hell's going through that guy's head. Have you guys heard of it? I want to know what's going through that guy's head. It's really a hard one. I mean, I've done so much of them. Field of Screams is one of my all-time favorites. I would like to one time even just go there and check it out a little more. But I can't even think of another. I've been to so many. But the other one that I can think of, there's one in UK. It's in the world. Over in the United Kingdom. They're open all year round. That's one of the ones I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but that's where I want to.
Is it London Dungeon?
Huh?
Is it London Dungeon?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to check that one out.
I haven't been to that one, but I've been to the London Bridge Experience.
Okay.
And that's open all year round too. And
Okay.
that one was awesome. That was like close to like an hour haunt. You had to wear a hard hat. I mean, it's basically
Holy
super
crap.
tight. They give you like a whole history of like London. It was nuts.
Holy crap.
It was really
Sounds
awesome.
wonderful. That sounds
That is
amazing.
wonderful.
But London Dungeon, I think, is more like a history of through like the torture devices and stuff, like, you know, through like England and stuff like that. So that would be cool to check out.
Yeah, it would be. It would very well be.
Wonder if they have real Iron Maidens in it. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
But what are some of your favorite you've been to? Since you
So
said
some of my favorite I've definitely been to, one definitely being Field of Screams. I've been going every year in September for the past 8 years. I won't miss it. I've taken my nieces and nephews there. They love it. Another one of my favorites has to be Eastern State Penitentiary. It, hands down, they put on a one show that it's different. It's a whole different experience when you go there. And then I think one of my other favorites has to be Jason's Woods, just because they have IMT machines for their hay rides that actually pick the hay rides up and shake them, tip them, everything like that. They have to be my top three. And they're only in Pennsylvania, but I don't really travel much further out unless I have to.
Right. Let's talk about the acting at Scream Mountain, because you do actor training there. And what do you look for in actors that come out there and during training?
So mainly what I'm looking for is the want the want to be there. I'm not here to pick up a paycheck, or, I'm not here just because I'm getting paid a couple bucks, I'm here because I want to scare people. That's what I want to see, is those kids going, I want to scare people. I want to be here. I want to create something different, create something out of myself that will just generally can go a long way, and I can go into bigger places. That's in the mind of me sitting there looking at these kids going, that's what I want to see. I also want to see these guys show up like consistently ready to go. And I'm really just looking for that heart of like, all right, I'm ready to go out there and just scare the living hell out of people. And I'm going to ask questions. I'm looking for people just to ask me, hey, what can I do here? Or how can you help me here? I'm always looking to help teach the new guys and the new kids. I'm looking for dedicated actors. If I see a guy like, I'm going to use this kid for an example. His name is Trevor. I meet with him a lot. He's probably our top actor on our haunted walk. He came to Scream Mountain 3 years ago, just coming off of a haunted hayride at a fire department that they do once a night. But the kid totally just turned into this menacing thing. I can't even explain him. And he's so dedicated that he's got a whole sleeve of Michael Myers on his arm. He always texting me, talking to me about Scream Mountain. What can I do to help? I want to see people like that come out. Unfortunately, it's getting a little harder to find those guys. So, but that's what I want to see. And I want to see them going out of their comfort zone, doing things that they wouldn't expect to do. And I had a quiet kid this year who really surprised me. And next thing you know, we hand him a chainsaw, and there he is ripping around the hayride, screaming his head off. And I said, that's amazing. I was driving down the trail after we were all done, and I was like, that's what we've been looking for. There he is. And I just met up with him the other night, and he's coming back.
Nice. You ever heard about the scared badges, like the scary versions of merit badges you can give to your actors?
I've kind of been hearing a little things about those. Yes, I have.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, you can give a whole bunch of different badges to people, like if you get like a certain scare, and yeah, it's great.
I was gonna look into those, honestly. It was funny you brought that up, because I was just thinking about them before we came on here.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, they are.
Do you have any sort of like rewarding your actors during the season? Do you have like a party and say, hey guys, we really like this particular scare or these different things like that? Do you do something like that?
Um, we don't really do like a reward or anything. We do have a little party before we go out for the last night. It used to be after, but um, Spring Mountain is right next to some residents who are living across the street. So
Okay.
we don't want to interrupt them too much at the end of the night. So we do it before. But yeah, we do a little party and we thank everyone for coming out and doing it. And we show the respect to all of them. We let them know who was doing good, who was doing bad, but not really doing bad. You know what I mean? Let them know who's doing good, who's doing better, and who's coming back next year and all that stuff. It's just mainly just the party, get them pumped up. And then next, a bunch of us are sitting in the parking lot at the end of the night going, I wish it didn't end. But it used to be where we would be after everything's done, we would all sit by the fire pit at the main courtyard, talk, have a good time. But I think shotgun blast every 20 minutes going off, it kind of annoyed the neighbors enough.
That's cool.
Now, how often do you guys change scenes on the hayride and the walk? Like, how often do you change it up?
So, honestly, last year was the first time in 13 years it was changed. 13 is 11, 12 years, I'm sorry, about that time since it's been changed. The reason being is because Spring Mountain had a little bit of a hard time during some of the years, so there wasn't much of a budget to change. And people were enjoying it so much that we didn't really see the need to change it.
Okay.
It turned into the fact of when we had to change it is when COVID hit, we weren't open and everything got left on the hill. The scenes rotted away. But now it's starting to turn into where things have been booming during Scream Mountain. I watched the place go from, I don't know, we go by hayride count, by 10, 15 hayrides a night to 40 to 50 a night. I've watched that grow, and now we have more of that budget and more of that time to be able to put a little more back into it. And this year we're going to be changing a good amount of things, even though I've already changed a lot, but we're going to be changing and fixing some things that we kind of missed last year. So this year it's going to be a little better.
All right, cool. Look forward to all kinds of crazy demented things, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
That sounds really interesting to me. I really like it when you can go into different haunted attractions and there are different environments, like the tunnels, the outdoor areas. I like that. I like the juxtaposition of it, like the different environments you have to go through and some areas being really claustrophobic. I like that. I like the mix up of it. So that'd be interesting to me.
It's going to be, well, I'm going to tell you, out of all the years I worked there, I've never been through it. So
Oh,
It's
wow.
going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for all my customers.
That's cool. Oh man. Now, have you ever had the chance to go to the Transworld Haunt Show or Midwest Haunt Convention or any sort of the haunt conventions or even a local one?
I went out to a local one for one of my friends. She was a photographer. She had me come out and just kind of run around her stand a little bit.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I haven't. That was just a one-day thing, and I was there for, I guess when they opened until they closed, I was there. I can't remember, but no, I want to go out to the one. There is one coming up in Allentown. I heard. I do want to go to that, but I have not been able to get to the big ones. Transworld, I wanted to go to. Just being a father and all that stuff, I just can't just run anymore.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. I think Midwest would be a lot of fun for you because it's really an actor-based convention. Like you're allowed to be dressed as your scare actor character during the show floor and everything, and it's encouraged. Yeah. So it's really fun.
Yeah, man, like I said, gotta find the time. Gotta find the time.
All right. Oh man.
So when do you guys start when you guys start really getting into like the haunt, like start hiring actors, bringing actors on, doing the training, when you guys really start looking
So
to do that?
we kind of start like training will start a week before. We'll give them a quick training of what to do, because we don't tell them, we give them an idea of what they can do with their scene, but we like to get them to be able to create their own thing.
Okay.
So whatever they think would work, we like them to be creative. I'm not bashing on any other haunts. Like if they give them like a script or something, yeah, that's one thing. They're doing what they want, but we like to let our actors be creative. We start our hiring process usually about the end of August. I really would like to get it a little earlier. But it's kind of hard because mainly when your actors are 16-year-old kids, or you get some adults or who are 21 over or 18 over. But mainly I got 16-year-old kids coming up who are working, and then they kind of grow with us. I got a couple that's been there for a while, but I'll see new kids every year, and we try to hire at least 55, 60 actors. We don't go above that number.
All right.
Where can people find that? Like how would they apply for that? How would actors apply for it?
So they would apply at springmountainadventures.com, and they would go into, I think it's the employment tab, and then they would go to the application and click Scream Mountain Employment. And usually my boss and his wife, the ones who kind of created this whole thing, they will go through it near August and start doing emails and all that stuff. But the thing with us is once we hire you, we give the kids, a lot of the kids, like I said, they're 16. We'll give them the opportunity to work our winter season during the ski season. And right after Scream Mountain, they get first dibs on positions. So we do that to help out everybody.
So now I just thought it'd be funny if you did, hearing about the ski lifts and all the different vehicles you have. I thought it'd be funny if you did something with like kind of like Shining-esque. I thought it'd be funny if you did something.
Oh, I get you.
I think that'd be funny.
I actually went out and snowboarded in my character's costume and in my face paint 2 years in a row now. This year was on the last night, and last year was actually my coworkers in the rental department said, let's go do this. And they were all wearing onesies, and there was myself, and I call my barber boy. He's out there in his costume, and I was out there, we were snowboarding together, and the crowd got a kick out of it.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh man, that's fun.
But that would be tough for you guys to do all season events, though, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
especially
definitely
like
can't.
a Christmas.
Yeah,
one.
we definitely can't, because of the fact of our hayride scenes, we move them by forks on a tractor. So we'll move them up on the hill to our cross trail, and then when the end of the season comes, they come down and get moved for storage. And then during the winter season, you also got to remember, when we're making snow and we have snow, that base of snow can be anywhere from 2 to 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
And our other stuff is in the woods where there's lots going on. So we can't really do all round vents. It was an idea I always wanted to, but I know it's impossible.
Maybe you could just do like a Krampus photo op or something instead.
Yeah, right. I can try it.
Jack Torrance or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be fun. Oh man. Now, is there anybody you want to shout out in the haunt community and tell everybody who you're looking forward to see this season, and your favorite scare actors and everybody, and shout out to your crew?
Definitely a shout out to my whole crew. This season, I'm definitely excited to see all the guys that Field of Screams. They always put on a good show. I'm excited to see them. I am excited to see, like I said, that guy, my coworker Trevor. I'm ready to see him, and mainly just my crew. And shout out to Distortions for making some cool props. We order a lot from them. So
nice. Awesome.
Now,
awesome.
where can people find you guys on social media? Scream Mountain.
They can find, usually it's springmountainadventures.com. It's Spring Mountain Adventures Facebook page or Instagram page. They can find my Instagram page, the Demon Barber _666. That's where I'll post a lot of I post a lot of updates about Scream Mountain and things that were changing here and there. I don't give it all away, obviously, but just things were changing. Those 3 places, but mainly schedules to see where people, when we open, springmountainadventures.com, or springmountainadventures.com, their Instagram or their Facebook, and my Instagram as well. I'll be posting it. So any of those 3 places.
Nice.
Awesome.
Awesome. So lots of fun to be in store for this season. Go have a unique experience. Go on that haunted chairlift. See if you'll survive.
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Oh man. So what do you think has been like the most unique experience you've had from someone with the chairlift? Have they like gone up? Like, you know how you have to like go onto it? Has anyone like seen it and be like, oh no, it's dark, I'm not going on that?
I've heard stories. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but the most unique one was an actor climbed up the lift tower.
Oh no.
In front, he didn't know any better. He climbed up the lift tower in front of the police department and the fire department.
Oh jeez.
Dressed as a clown during the whole crazy clown thing on WMGK night. And
oh man.
it was that was one experience that was pretty funny and pretty terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah. Obviously he was safe, but he wasn't supposed to do that. And yeah, but that was the most unique that I've witnessed.
Okay. Interesting. You wanted to talk about the storyline. Let's go back to that. Could you tell us about the storyline of Scream Mountain and the storyline of it?
So Spring Mountain was originally back, I think it was the 1800s and the early 1900s, was a actual mine. When me and the maintenance crew are up there, we will actually see where the old mines were and everything. The miners up there back then were black miners, and that was their job. In a sense, around the people around town did not like this mining operation, and then they burned it all to the ground. And that was an actual true story. They burned these miners and all that. So our story with that is we kind of run it off the true story. So we set up an old mine town and we run it off the story. We were all burned in a sense by these townspeople, and now the ghosts are here to haunt them all. So basically we kind of treat our customers as those angry townspeople now that we're haunting them. But that is the actual story of Spring Mountain and the story of Scream Mountain. And I can't really go too far into it on video. It's going on YouTube. It's a little more darker than that, but that is really what it is. So it's an interesting story. And I always kind of thought, this is just a rumor. And I think it was the owner of Spring Mountain told me about it and said, no, it's actually true. We have pictures of it. Of the miners. And I was like,
wow.
All right.
Man, you could do like a whole true crime episode about that.
Really. Yeah. We'll find some interesting things up there, and we'll find, just little artifacts from them once in a while. We'll see some things, and it's kind of different. But I mean, again, I never believed it was 100% true, and who knows, may never know the actual story, but that is the story I heard.
Definitely is interesting for sure.
Yes, it is.
Very excited for this whole season. I'm definitely coming out to see you guys.
Yes.
I've known it's like 15 minutes from my house, so it's like I've known about you guys and just never came out, but I'm definitely excited to check it out. It sounds very unique.
It very well is.
Yeah, it'd be fun to go check that out. Start out this experience with a chairlift in the dark and then go into the trail with the crazy people and the claustrophobic tunnels.
Well, you guys let me know when you come up, and I will leave you guys tickets aside at the ticket booth for you. So
Thank
You'll
you
be
very
there.
much.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you very much for talking to us. And I have been John from the Haunt Informer.
And I'm Glenn from Fall Ritual.
And this was episode 29 of Fall Informer with the Demon Barber from Scream Mountain. And until next time, happy hauntings.